You know what the thing is about being human? You change shapes and sizes. And I'm not just talking about with the seasons or over the course of a month. I'm talking about throughout the day. The leather belt model with its inch-apart holes is antiquated. That's just annoying. Anson belt. These guys save me because I feel skinny in the morning. I feel fat in the afternoon. But with the Anson belt, I can micro adjust throughout the day. And it's not a big to-do. You don't look like you're taking off this whole thing. It's just a little micro adjuster. All you got to do is choose your buckle. And they have a ton of those. You choose your belt, and they have a ton of those. This one's camouflage. This one is winter camo. But you've got your micro adjusters on the back. So throughout the day, you need a little extra room, just click, click. Need a little less, click, click. It is brilliant. And right now on Anson Belt's website, you can do 3 straps and 2 buckles, or 2 straps and 3 buckles, right? Either way, for $100. That's many combinations of belts you can mix and match every single day. It takes no time at all. Hit the link in the description. That's how you get that deal. And I'll be wearing this one all winter. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Silverado Canyon. This is not really a location that I want to film at, but I don't really have a choice today because of where I had to pick up a car and blah, 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 things that don't really matter. We're not in an ideal situation, but we are in an ideal car. This is a 1995 Nissan R33 Skyline GTR owned by my good friend Rutledge Wood, who you may have heard of from his work on Top Gear US, on his many NASCAR commentary appearances, or Hyperdrive, Floor is Lava. The dude is just killing the game. And he had this car imported through TopRank Importers in Cypress, California, an outfit I've used multiple times. This car is fundamentally stock, and that's kind of how I like my Skylines a lot. It's a totally stock powertrain. They say 280 horsepower, but to drive it, you'd swear it was 325. The RB26 DETT inline 6, 5-speed manual gearbox, all-wheel drive system, and underneath the R33 body, the car is very, very similar to the R32, which I owned one. R33s were from 1995 to 1997. They are the longest Skylines, 5 inches longer than the R32, and some of that gets you some more room here. So if you're tall, the R33 might be the Skyline for you. Although this car is mostly stock, the powertrain is totally stock. Rutledge has had it modified with Fortunato 500 coilovers, a MagnaFlow custom exhaust with a new offset resonator, which I really like the sound of a lot. It sounds really, really nice, great tone. You want to? Oh, is that? Did it come like that? Because that sounds good, but it's not drony. It's great. And then Continental Extreme Contact Sports tires on a period set of wheels that may need some refinishing eventually. 83,000 kilometers. This car's cherry. It's a really, really nice car. And to get one of these like this for yourself is around $50,000 right now. This road we can't really drive super fast on, but let's have a go and talk. We have to drive sort of through a couple of neighborhoods here, and so there's people walking and stuff, and we're trying to be careful. Many shops in California are in Orange County. Orange County is great for shops, not great for roads. You have to drive really far to find roads. So, stock powertrain, wide power band, right? Your power comes on around 3, but it's an inline 6, so you have some torque to get off the line even if you're not on it. It's not a totally dead pedal off the boost like your 4-cylinder turbocharged cars. Stock clutch, it's nice and easy. The steering is pretty good. It's tight on center. It's sharp for a 90s car. Most 90s cars have that sort of dead zone In the middle, the Skyline does not. People. I mean, there's like people around. Heel towing's very easy, even with your opposite hand. And it sounds really nice. It's a beautiful sounding car. With that full Magnaflow exhaust, you get the occasional pops and there was one, pops and bangs, but they're real. They're not, you know, programmed. Brake feel is pretty good. See people walking. So you can't really go too quick, but the ride, like, I don't know if these Fortunato coilovers are adjustable. It's set a little bit stiff for me. It's a little bit bouncy. But in general, the ride's pretty good. Something just dinging me? I don't know. The air conditioning works, which is excellent. What's really nice about this car is you could just daily this. I mean, the closest driving experience to something like this in a left-hand drive car would be like a 2011, 2013, like BMW 335. Like, that's what the powertrain kind of feels like. The shifter's very crisp, really easy to find the gears. I like the driving position, although I could really use a lumbar pillow. The seats are basically the same in this and the 32 that I had, and the lumbar pillow was good. This car has actually been on the scales. It's 3,420 pounds. Rock. That was a rock. Yikes. Sorry, Rut. So now we gotta go slow down in this town. This really cute little town. This thing has really good low-speed mannerisms. I got caught in a traffic jam on the way here for 15 or 20 minutes, and the car didn't get tired or annoyed. It didn't idle funny. That's kind of what I like about stock Skylines, is they really can be usable as far as collector cars go. And if you don't turn them into like too much of like a tuner car, if you kind of just let them be, they're so usable, and they still go like really fast. Like, I bet Rutledge is gonna like basically like daily this. The mid-range torque is great. The really good spool up, that shove you get, it's very addictive. That was some U-turn. See what I mean about this road, guys? I'm sorry. It would have been like 4 hours to get to the Angeles Forest from here. And even then, because of the fires, it could have been totally iffy and closed. So we are working around situations here. Even though it's the, quote, heaviest of the R32, 3, and 4 series, it's still, if you ask me, feels pretty light on its feet. Now I gotta go slow again, because we're back in town. These old cars here. And go fast again. It's pretty agile. I mean, you could make it really an amazing handler if you went with like a crazy suspension setup. But even just as it is, it's a nice little street car. And 25. The sound is really good. Got to get the revs going. You need some room for that. Nice little car this is. The speedometer only goes to 180K, which is a joke. That's like one of those regulation things, like it only has 280 horsepower. Bullshit. I love the feel of the engine. It hums at this beautiful frequency. It's like when I think about Japanese horsepower, like that's the exact like frequency of engine pulse that I'm thinking about. Like I don't know if there's any car that delivers on the hype like an R32 through R34 Skyline. Like those cars, the hype is real, the hype is good, and the cars are fabulous. This thing, although it's like the least appreciated of those, like the 32 is the light one, the 34 is going to be the one that's valuable, it's the rarest one, it's the fastest one. This one, middle child syndrome a little bit, but man, that's not really a deserved reputation because this is very, very good. Very good. Wow. All right, I'm going to flip around here. It's going to be a good time to flip around. Turning radius, not the best. I don't know if this car's had high cast removed or not, or if it still has the rear wheel steer. It doesn't really feel like it does. Most people, it's a fairly rudimentary system. What is that road? I don't know, it might be a thing. It's a fairly rudimentary rear steer system, and it can make the car's handle kind of strange. So a lot of people use the lockout kits. We'll just stay on this little lower section here. Yeah. 280 horsepower, my ass. There's at least 300, 325. This thing goes. What a really nice, clean, straightforward car. Temps are excellent. AC's going. The balance feels very good. On these smooth roads, the coilovers feel really nice. It's just on the very bumpy stuff. I'd never been here before, so I didn't know we had to really stick it to this lower part. Yeah. Yes, that is very good. When this car goes on a truck next week and goes out to Rutledge in Atlanta, he is very much going to enjoy this. I'm going to have to buy one of these. This thing rips. This is a fabulous car. You can't believe this is 25 years old. That's ridiculous. Sold these in America 25 years ago, I think that would have, I think the landscape would have been different. This thing rules. It rules, guys. Wow. Wow. Rutledge is really gonna like this. I don't even know if he's driven it yet. Rut, if you're watching, I know you're watching. If you haven't driven this yet, let me tell you something. You're gonna love your car, buddy. It's super, super, super sick. And to get one of these, you know, I don't want to quote, every car is a little different. Some of them are modified, some of them are stock. You know, you're in the 50s. And in the collector world right now, with what's going on, an R33 stock for 50K is a really, really strong buy. This thing is great fun to drive. You could use it as a daily if you wanted to. There's no reason you couldn't. It's very fast. It feels light by modern car standards. It's a little bigger for tall guys. Man, do not overlook the R33 because this is a fabulous, fabulous thing. So shout out to Rutledge for letting me have a go. Shout out to Sean and Yaska at TopRank Importers. Love those guys if you're in LA or the SoCal area and you want to see a really great collection of imported JDM stuff. They've got it in Cypress, California. Thank you for watching. I'm sorry about the location, but I think we made it work okay. And I'll see you later. Bye.
And remember, always fight your tickets. Go to offtherecord.com/TST or use code TST10 on the Off the Record app.